What would you tell, Coach, what would you tell young people nowadays that are looking to be a coach, that like want to get into coaching, whether it be high school or college? What kind of things, what advice would you give them about how to go about becoming a coach?
Learning the right way to do things.
Yeah.
And I tell young people, don't worry so much about the money, whether it's coaching or whatever industry. Go somewhere where you can learn from someone that knows what they're doing. Go to a good company. Go to a reputable law firm. Go wherever you are. Don't go, well, they're going to pay me more to go. Don't worry about that. If you're good and learn the right way to do things, the money will come.
Yeah,
and so
no doubt.
I'd say go find a place and say, I want to coach. I don't know a whole lot. I don't know anything. Just be honest about it.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. But if you'll let me work, I'll show up early and stay late. And I'll work hard and do a good job. And I'll be loyal and do all those things, you know. And so the persistence, the character traits of honesty and loyalty and to the guy you're working for and supporting him, being true to the people that signing your check. Give them a good day's work. Don't show up the day you get there looking for another job. Come and say, I'm going to do a great job at where I am right now. I'm going to do a great job. If you do that, that other job will come to you. There'll be people seeking you out. Your reputation will spread.
And Coach, that is awesome because, you know, as a business owner, as somebody who's in charge of hiring people, sometimes I know that if somebody has gone through any kind of sporting program or something like that, the chances are pretty good that they've learned some life lessons that apply to any sort of job. But like you're talking about, I remember the first lawyer job I had, and I learned this from sports. I said, I'm going to beat my boss into the office and I'm going to stay until he leaves because I'm going to show him how hard I want to work. And that's, you don't necessarily learn that by going to class. You learn that through extracurricular activities, through sports, through having mentors like you. Coach, I got a quick quote I want to read for you, and I want to, because I think this is the perfect time for this, and I want to see if you remember who said this, okay? I wouldn't trade winning another game or two for my reputation as a person. I've said from day one I'm going to do things the way they should be done. There were those that said if you don't cheat, you're pretty naive. You can't win that way. Well, we're going to find out. That's the way we're going to do it. I'm going to be able to walk away, look myself in the mirror and say, we did it the right way. Who said that?
Well, that's something that I get credit for saying.
That's you, Coach.
You know, I had, the coaches that I had were so good. I never had a coach that taught me how to cheat or be a bad person. Every one of them I had was trying to polish me up and teach me the right things. And so I have to say that I'm a believer, a Christian, and I always operated on the premise and still do that someday I'm going to have to talk to the real head coach.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wanted to have good answers. When he said, I put you in a position, I gave you 125 young men down there every year to be under your leadership. And let's talk about what you did with them, what you taught them.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to have good answers for that. All of my players can tell you about Billy Bob. Every year, first game of the year, they were home games. We were going to the movie. I said, hey, I want to tell you about old Billy Bob. I said, y'all know Billy Bob. I said, Billy Bob been out there all week working hard, getting up early, going to work, working hard. And what he'd really like to do is come home Friday night and just put his feet up and sit back and watch TV and take it easy. But his wife wants to go watch a movie.
Yeah.
So they go out to the movie, and then all of a sudden, here's this bunch of football players there in the movie. And they're talking and laughing and loud and everything. Next thing, she's punching Billy Bob. Hey, Billy Bob, I can't hear them. I can't hear what they're saying. Those kids are so loud and everything. So I said, if you're talking so loud and laughing so loudly that Billy Bob's wife can't hear, and I said something recently. I put a deal on Twitter that all this stuff that's going on right now, there's a simple rule that would go a long way towards solving this, and that is what I was brought up with, the golden rule. Treat other people like you'd like to be treated. I don't care if they're black, brown, green, what. Just treat other people like you'd like to be treated.
Yeah.
And if you do that, if we all did that, the world would be a better place.
Yeah, coach. And, in some ways, you and I and other people that have played sports or coached have a little bit of an advantage, I think. Or like my dad, who's in the military, because we're around people of all different races from all different walks of life. And so, at least for me personally, it enabled me to learn very, very early that it doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter what the color of your skin is, what the color of your hair is, or any of that stuff. What matters is the content of your character.